Draw the zebra and fill in her stripes, nose, and eyes.
Yesenia Aranda's life today is much different than just a few months ago.
Not having to worry about where I'm gonna sleep, not having to worry about if my kids have a roof under their heads, if they need food, you know, if we're not gonna eat the next day, like all that is not anything I have to worry about.
About 4 years ago, Yesenia aged out of California's foster system. From there, she says more struggles began, staying where she could.
Being in different places and different people's houses and other people's rules and stuff like that is just very hard. And at the time, I got pregnant, so I was pregnant and homeless, and then I ended up having my child, and then I, lived with his father for a while, and that didn't work out, so I became homeless again, and it just went from there.
With no job or place to live,
You shocked me.
Yesenia says Child Protective Services took custody of then 2-year-old Elijah. The family was separated for nearly a year.
It's a very stressful situation. It definitely can get the best of you at times.
Yesenia applied for programs like San Diego Youth Services Transitional Housing, but there's a waiting list.
They don't accept you right away. You kind of just have to wait it out type of thing. And in the meantime, you got to find somewhere to lay your head every night.
Hey, Ludi, how's it going?
Good.
How are the letters coming?
Fine.
Good.
Walter Phillips is the Chief Executive Officer of SDYS. He says no matter the issue, his staff links youth to help through one of their many programs, from counseling in shelters to substance abuse and mental health treatments, or by referring them to another agency.
We really do work with some of the young people who this is it. And if we don't help them, they're going to be lost.
SDYS offers trauma-informed care.
Well, we work with some of the most vulnerable youth in our community. These are youth who are homeless. These are youth who have been abused and have been removed from their homes. These are youth who are struggling in neighborhoods where there's gang violence, where there's domestic violence, substance abuse. These are youth who have been in contact with the law and are in juvenile justice system.
For Yesenia, she says she spent most of her life feeling unwanted and like she didn't belong.
All you want as a kid is to be like some other kids that you see running around, playing with dolls, having friends, going to regular schools with people. But it's like you're always known as the outcast kind of, because you're already labeled as somebody that you're no longer normal technically, like at the time. And so that makes it hard for you. It makes it hard as a foster youth, because then you take all that in and people treat you differently, and it just sucks.
And she says the real world was harder than a group home until SDYS called with an apartment for her family at Take Wing.
Oftentimes we're the last stop for these young people, and if it's not for us, and if we don't intervene, and if we don't provide those services, and we do everything we can, we don't give up on them, their next stop is the streets, the jails, the hospitals, or even worse, that could mean their life.
For Phillips, the work is personal.
It's my passion.
He and his wife have 3 children, including a foster child.
Every single kid in San Diego should have the same opportunities that they've had. And that's what we strive for here at San Diego Youth Services, to give them a chance to have a future.
You did it!
Yesenia now has a full-time job, a home for herself, 3-year-old son, and 4-month-old daughter.
That was not a hug.
Thanks to her hard work and the help of SDYS, Yesenia plans to become a social worker to help kids like her.
It's very helpful, and it makes me feel so much more relieved, and I couldn't be more grateful for it.
Mwah!